My journey with heart disease actually started in July 11th, 2005. I was only 22 years old at the time. New mother, new wife. I was also a college student at the time, so I had a lot going on. And actually, the evening before July 11th, I had fainted. I didn't think anything of it. Being a new mom, I just thought, I think I'm just tired because I was handling a new infant at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband had suggested, why not go to your mom's house and she can spend time with the baby. Maybe you can catch up on a nap. And so that's exactly what we did on July 11th of 2005. But then I wake up, her furiously pumping at my chest, telling me to wake up, with a police officer shining a light in my eyes. Once I started coming to just a little bit more, I asked what happened, and she had said you had experienced a sudden cardiac arrest.
We know that it's Heart Month, right?
Yes.
We just did a story on an artist, a Filipino artist who had triple bypass, a survivor. So that's heart attack. Cardiac arrest is different from heart attack. Let's define that for the viewers. What did you have?
What I had experienced is a cardiac arrest, which is an electrical problem with the heart. Cardiac arrest entails is erratic heartbeats, where if left untreated, cardiac death can occur.
Right.
Which is what had occurred to me. From how it was described to me was my eyes were rolling back. I was tensing up into a almost fetal-like position, and I was struggling to breathe. And the struggling to breathe was the first indicator that gave my mom the action, the sign to perform CPR on me. And also, in addition to the way I looked, my skin color had also changed. Following that episode, I was taken immediately to UC San Diego Health Center in La Jolla, where they ran a battery of tests. The cardiologists had ordered my childhood records from the hospital I was born in. They reviewed my records, in addition to speaking with my parents directly if there was any history of heart disease on either side of the family. And as it turns out, there was. There is a prevalent history of heart disease on my mom's side of the family. My mother had actually lost her father. He had passed away in his early 30s.
Very young. This happened to you.
Yes.
But the message is for people to be more aware before it even happened.
That is actually what spurred for me to advocate, especially to members of the AAPI community, members of the Filipino-American community, to have the conversations of your family medical history. Learn about your family medical history. It can be an uncomfortable conversation to have, but having those conversations can basically potentially help save your life.
How did that episode change your life?
Well, the first and foremost thing I can say is I definitely go to the doctor more.
That's one more thing about Filipinos. You know, we tend to do self-diagnosis, and we tend to do over-the-counter a lot.
Or home remedies.
So don't.
Definitely consult your healthcare provider for any questions or concerns that you may have.
Right.
Keep moving, stay active, and knowing CPR is a very valuable and life-saving tool, which thankfully, thanks to the American Heart Association, I've learned even more so the importance of knowing it. And that's on top of my mom saving me with it. And if you can, learn it. And the American Heart Association does have great tools online, heart.org. Start with that website. There's excellent information there in regards to heart health, knowing CPR. We're all one big puzzle, one whole puzzle. Mental health, emotional health, physical health, heart health. It's all part of our well-being. So that's something I would also like to encourage members of our community to just to always remember it's one big whole package.
Right. So much has been said about the Filipino food as well, being one of the major factors that contributes to heart diseases in Filipino Americans. In your diet, what has changed?
Definitely more fruits, fresh vegetables, and alternate ingredients. So definitely less salt. And to alternate salt, for example, I'll use lemon maybe for a little bit of zest, for instance. For sweetness, instead of using granulated sugar, maybe honey. Things like that. So just little odds and ends here, little minor changes in what I eat has certainly helped, and also definitely hydration. Plenty of water. Hydration is also not only good for your heart health, but then of course with us Filipinos, it's good for our skin.
Right.
My heightened sense of responsibility and my need to not only take care of my daughter, but also myself, so that I can be here for her for many more years to come. That was the drive. My drive has definitely increased.
To take care of yourself.
To take care of
so
myself.
So you can be healthy for your child.
So I can be here for her through the pivotal moments of her life.
Because she was only 7 weeks old when you had that
Yes.
episode. She's now 16.
Almost 17.
Right. And what is the lesson from all this?
First and foremost, you are your own advocate for your health. And that heart disease, stroke, cardiovascular disease knows no boundaries, knows no age limits, knows no boundaries towards race. Can happen to anyone at any time. And as a current member of the class of 2022 Real Women, the Go Red for Women campaign, the Go Red for Women movement is a movement where we all come together to stand up together against the fight against cardiovascular disease. I would highly encourage members of the Filipino community to learn more about Go Red for Women on goredforwomen.org, because it is a movement that I found not only helpful and increased my own knowledge of heart health, continuous medical research, and innovation, but it also helped me find a form of support, form a network of other survivors that can all be there for each other, which I've had the very fortunate opportunity of meeting in person back in October, of meeting fellow survivors, the other members of the Real Women class of 2022, and hearing their stories, hearing what they went through and how they persevere. It's very inspirational and something that I highly encourage, especially those that have experienced and have been affected by cardiovascular disease. There is a community out there, which is something that I've learned in being of a reserved upbringing. I'm very thankful that I've found this network. I'm very thankful that there is a support network available.
Did you have another episode? Have you had another episode since?
Since the initial sudden cardiac episode, I have not experienced anything since then.
And would that be because now you have a defibrillator?
I would say it's because I do have the device, and also since my first episode, I try to stay informed and I stay on top of my appointments as much as possible, and I remain conscious of living the healthiest life possible for not only my heart, but for the sake of my family and for the sake of the ones I love.